I've compiled our favorite EDC gifts we've featured this year, and you're probably going to end up buying something for yourself too. So let's check it out. Now, if you're looking for earphones that are noise cancelling, comfortable, and just worry-free, the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pros may be the perfect gift this season, even if it's only for yourself. And a huge thanks to Best Buy for sponsoring this segment, so we can show you why. Aside from the obvious sci-fi futuristic case that it comes in, the setup was fairly simple, so you can jump straight into drowning out the world around you. That's all thanks to the multiple modes of listening, with an active noise cancelling mode being the star of the show. It's perfect whether you're working from home to stay focused, or at least pretend to be, while also allowing for the opposite with their adaptive mode too, which lets their AI catch when someone's trying to speak to you and turn off noise cancelling automatically. Personally though, this is my day in the life working with Gen Z. So active noise cancelling is staying on all day long. The amount of customization the app offers is quite impressive too, with the auto sound detection alone being enough to impress your office crush. The whole package feels premium without any loose parts thanks to the magnets that keep everything in place. Plus, with the 3 tip sizes, it passes my scientific shake test without falling out of my unevenly large ear holes. There's built-in LEDs, which functionally, who cares? But visually, come on. How cool is that? Gesture controls are available and customizable to your needs, and they're even water resistant too. Perfect if you haven't gone to the gym in months like I have and can't stop sweating now when you do. They're just easy earphones to take with you anywhere. Toss them into your pocket or slide them into a bag, because with how many features they've got built in, there's always a reason to have them on you, like neck stretch reminders. Duh. So whether it's for that special someone or just for yourself, shop these Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pros at Best Buy, linked in the description down below. A bag upgrade may be the easiest gift you can give to an EDC nerd, and Able Carry's Daily Plus backpack is at the top of my list, mainly thanks to the tough nylon, water sealed zippers to match, along with overlapping covers to not only hide the pockets, but keep everything dry too. It's got a pocket for every knick-knack paddywhack that they carry, sleeves, zipper pockets, and just plenty of space as a school, work, or travel bag too. And there's plenty of padding for your laptop, fitting up to 16 inches. Organization is the name of the game though. Oh, and yeah, the zippers feel like buttering toast during brunch. The front pocket is where I spend most of my time. It's fairly flat, but has pockets that just make sense. Don't worry, there is a hidden bottle pocket, which I prefer because when not in use, it just doubles as an extra pocket too. There are plenty of sturdy loops around the outside of the bag to carry your Labubu toys. And I stand by this 1000%. It's the most comfortable backpack I've tested to date. It's got padding galore and a structured shell, so you can walk into an office without being questioned why you look like the intern. Oh, and if you're wondering why the front pockets were vertical, well, they literally thought through how you use this bag. However, if that's still too much, their Daybreaker 2 is the lightweight cousin that's focused on adventure without weighing you down. And on the opposite end, the uncle of the bunch, there's the Max backpack, which will carry it all. Plus, this one's constantly sold out, and for good reason. So basically, there's a bag for any lifestyle. Links and details down below. Winter is coming, and if it was 2019, that'd still be relevant. However, in Canada, it's just a way of life. Thankfully, these Ocoopa magnetic hand warmers come in clutch. Not only because they come in all black, but they also don't look or feel like some knockoff piece of tech. The fact that they magnetically disconnect is the real star of the show though. With a dedicated power button on each handle, it offers 4 heating modes, which I personally found level 1 to be more than enough. The rounded exterior, lack of sharp edges, and shorter pickle size design means you should be familiar with holding this size. It doesn't end there though. As the warmer runs off the battery, each side also doubles as a portable battery bank too, which is something most Android users would carry anyways to stay juiced up over the day. It's not the fastest, and each one carries 5,000 milliamps, but you can't put a price on having the option to remember what it feels like for someone to hold your hand. Honestly, worth it alone. I personally prefer the small end split design, which allows you to stuff this anywhere on your body that needs to stay warm, but also sharing is caring too. And when done, just clip them together for easy travel, and given both comfortably fit in the palm of my hand, you can easily toss this into a pocket and always be ready to save the day. Hands down, the coolest USB thumb drive that can transfer a 4 GB file in under 5 seconds. which for the record still isn't faster than you every single night. The Dockcase Pocket M2 drive is appropriately named as it's exactly that. Pocketable. They're smaller than AirPods, yet they still manage to stuff everything into a metal shell so it can take a beating and you don't have to second guess taking this around with you. But that metallic backing also acts as a great heatsink too. Given how fast this can go, it'll need some way to cool off in such a tiny space. The Pocket utilizes a newer and tinier type of storage, which is pretty cool on its own in a nerdy kind of way, but pair it with their included data cable and you may never have to wait for your large accounting video files to transfer ever again. Seriously, we struggled to record this transferring because it happened so quickly. Plus, unlike other drives that corrupt when you accidentally do this, the Dockcase though has a built-in battery that allows it to shut down properly so none of your memes get lost forever. It's so tiny and cool that you'll want to strap it to your keys and show off. But if you don't nerd out that hard, it also fits in any pocket that you throw it into. Now I know some of you may be thinking, I wish I could mount my iPhone on that weirdly shaped fence. And now you can, thanks to the Kenu Stance Plus, that I can only describe as basically having an octopus leg that can hold your phone anywhere. Utilizing MagSafe to mount onto your phone, a metal body, rubber feet, and multiple hinges join forces so you can do this, which only makes sense if I show you. It can act as a phone gimbal, hang over table edges, selfie without a hand cramp, but also perfect to wrap around any edges, trays, or fences too. And it's even designed to become its own car mount, whether you stick it into the vents, or if your Corolla is really old, the CD player too. However, if nothing's left, you can just wrap the whole thing around a pole too. Plus, you can get creative by creating your own grip handle if you suck at holding things. It ain't even over because this may be the GOAT of all iPhone stands. I don't think there's a viewing angle that's safe from this. Plus, it's like playing with Lego and building your own phone stand each time you set it down. And for all the features you get, I'd forgive the added bulk, which is still manageable in the pocket since it folds away flat. However, the real trade-off is the added weight of a chunk of metal attached to the backside of your phone. We couldn't call this an accessory video without sharing our favorite tools. And when it comes to the office, this is my go-to blade that no Amazon box has ever defeated yet. Plus, this may be the only one you'll be able to afford. The ToughBuilt Scraper Utility Blade, because utility blades are a dime a dozen, but one that can also do this is dangerous, like in a good way though, because not only will you not be able to stop playing with it, once you show off how useful having a scraper instantly accessible is, you will literally go searching for things to scrape off, as it's also super effective against those damn label stickers. And seeing this in action doesn't get old either. So simple, yet so sophisticated. The body itself is quite chunky too, great for ergonomics. When combined with the textured rubber finish and the finger grip, ToughBuilt has basically designed the ultimate utility blade to cut through any Amazon box you throw at it, while also doubling up on armor defense points, so you can confidently toss this around. But then they said, why not? Let's add an additional pry bar to the bottom as well. You've already got this comfortable handle. What's having an added tool to lift, twist, and is even strong enough to just smack things around? Plus, when you finish cutting down every single box you've ever seen, swapping out blades is literally this easy and fast as well. Personally though, I keep it around just as a fidget toy too. A fairly large one at that. Better yet, they also have a reloading utility blade, because you will never feel or look cooler than when you do this. Wabam! I didn't think pens could be satisfying until I heard the Studio Neat Mark II do this. Come on, let's just be real. No work is getting done. I'm distracting everyone else around me, but you bet my eardrums are having the time of their lives. Don't worry, when you do decide to finally work on some Picassos, it's smooth, comfortable, heavy, but in the best possible way. Plus, it uses magnets too. So I'm not sure why I still need to convince you to put this on your next birthday wish list, because it ain't cheap, and rightfully so given the full metal build, matte black finish, and overall durable design that may just last longer than you do. It quite possibly could be the last pen you'll ever need to buy. Now, if you haven't guessed by now, none of these wallets are particularly fashionable because they're all meant to be functional. And the Alpaka zip card pouch is the perfect example of that, as this may be the best EDC wallet that won't break the bank, while offering the ability to carry over 20 cards made of a premium ripstop nylon and still have room for sleeve pockets that are reinforced. Thankfully, with a zipped enclosure and tough nylon build, you can also toss anything relatively flat inside, storing my tool, pen, cash, and with room to spare for some coins too, combined with the zipper to keep everything locked away so you can smack, toss, or give this a high five all day without having to worry about anything falling out. Obviously, again, not the slimmest wallet, as you will feel the urge to pack more in, but that's only because I know it can handle it. And trust me, it's been through a lot already. Retrieving items may take a second longer with the zipper and does require two hands. However, everything stays exactly where I left it. You can also keep it simple with a few cards and doubling it as an actual pouch for AirPods, key fobs, and an AirTag too. They've even added a clip mount for their hub system, but personally I prefer to stick on a retractable lanyard, which honestly could be the way to go moving forward. Now, I personally use this on a daily basis, so when they released another blackout model, I had to show it off again. It's got a completely soft leather exterior, and you've got your standard spin to reveal in a slim body. But the Jibbon Key Organizer has one benefit over the rest. There are no screws on the outside. It also gives it a sophisticated vibe, which also shows in their packaging too, especially when it's the limited edition numbered one with the minimal and sleek branding hidden inside. This may also be one of the easiest to put together as well. You simply lay down your keys, screw it in first, then the other side simply snaps in place. No fumbling ever again, and the square screw means it stays as tight as you set it without ever coming loose on its own. It's easily managed one-handed, whether it's finding the right key or inserting it into the hole, plus the leather is wide enough to hide your standard key sizes inside as well. But the real reason you'd get it is how pocket friendly it is. You're now able to toss in any electronic into the same pocket without having to worry about scratching or cracking your screens and cases, which makes this one of the very few key organizers that I can drop test like this without having to worry about either breaking. Of course, you also get your standard benefits like how quiet it is compared to sounding like a janitor walking down the hallway, and the fact that every key is always in the same position, so no more playing Where's Waldo when you get home. It's small enough to slide into any back pocket while also organized so you can toss it into larger ones too. But if you're like me and enjoy hoarding everything in life, including keys, they include an extension rod for up to 9 keys, which they somehow were still able to make look manageable. Combined with the optional blacked out tool insert, if you're not into carrying a whole toolbox in your pocket, it's got your mandatory bottle opener, a file on the opposite side, and overall hides away when not in use. Then there's the D-ring, which is removable and the only metal that sticks out. However, the matte black finish is much appreciated and useful when combined with other accessories like a quick release magnet for your car keys or clipping it onto your belt with a standard key ring. I personally like combining it with a retractable lanyard because letting go when you're done is just so fun to do. Realistically though, just throw on an AirTag for a compact key solution that you'll never lose again. Yes, this is a real North Face product, except from Japan because they always get the cooler gear first. This Fusebox Eco Tote is shaped like their actual Fusebox backpack, still made with waterproof nylon, and the details are so unnecessary yet so necessary. They included shoulder straps, for crying out loud. Inside is where the real magic happens though. The folded tote bag is lightweight and stretches out to be like a standard grocery bag size. I'm a fan of the giant branding because it wouldn't be North Face without it, and although fairly thin, it feels durable all around. I'm able to stuff my shoes, a sweater, packages, and several knickknacks I would usually take out with me, and while it won't be the world's comfiest bag, in a jiffy, having a bag ready to pop out and carry a handful of loose gear is totally worth it. The blackout finish is obviously a keeper too, but when done, as long as you fold it small enough, you simply stuff it back in and zip it up. Given the outer shell is also made of an actual backpack material, it can be tossed around, stepped on, and is just the perfect complement to hang on your strap, ready to deploy at moment's notice, as it's just really funny to see a tiny bag hanging on another bag.